everybody. There I am. How are you? Here we are again for another Midlife Mojo Monday here at 2 p.m. live Eastern Standard Time every single Monday. And my purpose of these Monday educations is just to provide you with either some kind of information about something or a demo or an interview, just something that can help support the woman 40, 50, 60, and beyond to thrive during her midlife years, but thrive naturally using solutions like healthy eating, exercise. And today we're going to be talking about utilizing essential oils so that you can live your best life when you are in your midlife years and way beyond, right? I don't know if you guys saw the video that I posted in our group earlier today about 20 and 30-year-olds thinking that 50 and 60-year-olds were old until they met them and saw all that they can do. So my mission with Midlife Mojo is to really change that perception of aging, not only for societies to change their perception, but also for us midlife women ourselves to change what we think of midlife and redefining and recreating and just, or I should say, and creating our just most vibrant, exciting lives. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jill Lebofsky, and I am the owner of Midlife Mojo. I've been a certified health coach for 15 plus years, a certified Pilates instructor certified health coach for 15 years, a Pilates instructor for a little over, certified Pilates instructor for a little over 10 years. I've been using and sharing Young Living essential oils coming up on almost 6 years. And I just really love letting women know that they can take care of themselves in ways that don't involve chemicals, don't involve surgeries, and that they can just look and feel their best, just living, a natural life. So today we are going to get into in just a minute talking about today's topic, where I'm going to actually do some demonstrations about using essential oils to create different facial products. But I want to make sure that you all know about this upcoming Friday night. I've got a really special event in our group called Midlife Mojo Movie Night, my very first one I'm excited for. And we're going to be showing the movie. Showing the movie Gray is the New Blonde. So, and that movie is really an empowering movie for any woman, whether you color your hair, you don't color your hair, you're thinking of going gray, you're already gray. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and it's a really empowering movie for all women of our age group. And I'm excited to present that and share that with you. I'm also going to have a couple of sponsors on that are going to share a little bit about their products that can help support the midlife woman. And then we're going to have a nice discussion afterwards and just really talk about it and get in kind of, heart to heart about this topic and how we feel about that, and how, again, we can sort of change perceptions about graying hair. And then what else? Oh, yes. And then when in order to sign up, and at the end of the video, I will give you the link. You do need to sign up to register so that you can get the link, because it will be on Zoom that day. And when you do that, I will also send you an essential oil infused recipe for a spiced popcorn that you can make and have ready for us to share the day of. So that's coming up this Friday night, 7:30 to 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you guys will join us. And again, stay to the end of the video. I always, at the end of the video, like to share either a special giveaway I have, maybe a raffle, an event I have going on, something. So always make sure you stay to the end of the video. And that's where I will give you the link. All right. So, I forgot my water. Oh, well. So we'll just get into today then. That's all right. And so today's topic is Demo Day with Essential Oils. Every once in a while, I like to show you how to make some different products using your essential oils and how they can specifically support the midlife woman. Now, who out there has my book? Does anybody out there have my book, No Sweat, It's Just Menopause, Eating, Exercise, and Essential Oils for a Healthy Change? Let me know. Because in this book here, at the end of every chapter, I have little DIY recipes that go over and give you different recipes. So whatever topic we're talking about. So whether it's hot flashes, there's some recipes with essential oils for that. Whether it's low libido, there's some essential oils recipes at the end of each chapter for that. And then today, I'm going to talk about 2 of the 3 projects I'm going to talk about are in my book. In the chapter called Is That Me in the Mirror? That's on page 70 for those of you who have that book. And we're going to go over some recipes that I have here. Where's my camera? There we go, here in the back of the book. So you can grab out your book if you have it. Otherwise, you can just follow along, maybe even grab the book afterwards. It is available on Amazon, or you can go through my site, JillLabofsky.com, and grab that. All right, so let us get the show on the road. Let me get rid of that. So it's all Jill. There we go. All right. So I wanted to talk specifically about 5 specific essential oils that I use in my face care products. Now, and I'm not just using these. These tend to be the ones, my go-tos. Actually, I have 2 that are my go-tos. Then I have these other 3 that are usually the ones I include. But depending upon what I'm trying to do for my skin, whether it's maybe trying to get rid of some blemishes, moisturize it, whatever it is, there's so many different essential oils that you can use for your face, for getting rid of some of the signs of aging that maybe us women aren't so thrilled about, those little lines around our face that we don't love so much. Maybe our face is getting a little dry, chapped. That definitely happens as we get older. And essential oils can be a really great part of your skincare regimen. And when you make them on your own, you know what's going in there. So you know that there are no toxic junk. You know that I recommend Young Living essential oils specifically because I know that they're a company that I can trust and I know what goes into their essential oils. So knowing that I can make a product that uses essential oils and I know where they're coming from, and then I can choose all the other products and know that they're organic, non-GMO, as I said, no toxins, no chemicals, makes me feel comfortable. And even better, they're cheaper, way cheaper when you do it yourself, and so simple. So, hey Don, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. So I'm just talking a little bit about the essential oils that are wonderful for our facial care. So as I said, I've got some 5 ones that I'm going to go over in just a moment that I typically love to use, but definitely share with me any oils that you use for your facial care regimen and maybe how you use them. I always like to learn something new, so maybe you'll have an oil that I haven't used. And our audience, I know, there are so many people who use essential oils in this group that I'm sure some of you have some ideas that I don't have. So let me go and let me switch here. Hold on one quick second. There we go. All right. So there are my Midlife Mojo must-have face oils. Those are the ones that I tend to use, as I said, on a daily basis in the products that I make. And they're lavender, frankincense, myrrh, manuka, and patchouli essential oils. And it is very important, as I just mentioned, that we're trying to create these products to help to age gracefully so that our skin looks and glows and shines and feels good and makes us feel youthful. So we want to make sure that we're using essential oils and other products that we're going to talk about that go in here that are of the highest quality and purity. Because why do we want to add junk to our face? When we're talking about toxins in our products, that is what prematurely ages us. So many of the products that you see there out on the market that are meant for anti-aging and health and beauty is like billions and billions of dollars. Market out there. I mean, just bombarding women all the time about looking and feeling beautiful with all their products. And most of them, they really are doing the opposite of what they tout doing because of all the junk that they put in it. So Young Living essential oils, if you have no access to them, please let me know and I will help you gain access to them. But if you've got them already and you've got access, then you really have an arsenal right there in your hands for making these organic products and simply. And I'm going to show you in just a minute how to do that. All right. I hate not having my water. I always have it right by my side. And oh, wait, I see it there. Hold on. This is so unprofessional, but I'm going to go run. I see it across the room. I must have just left it there. All right. I'm back. See, that's what happens when you're talking so much. You gotta wet your whistle, right? And for those of you in my the Midlife Middle group, if you're drinking water, very important. We got to get it down all the time. All right, so let's talk about lavender for a moment. Now, let's backtrack just for a quick second. So what causes some of those changes in our skin, right? Things like the wrinkles that we see, the fine lines, the dryness, and things like that. Well, a lot of it is the free radicals that are running around in our environment and in our products. Has anybody heard that term free radicals before? That's got all the junk, the toxins that come from things like cigarette smoking, environmental pollutions, pesticides, medicines, things like that. These are all these free radicals. And if there's too many free radicals running in your body, that's when you start to see damage on the outside and damage on the inside. And the way that the body naturally can combat that is, and we can find a lot of these things in the outside world, is antioxidants. So antioxidants can help get rid of the free radicals, which we want to happen. All right, they can help fight those free radicals. So, according to research, lavender essential oil helps your body produce 3 of the very important antioxidants, very powerful ones. One called my notes here, so I say these right. Glutathione. Where's the word here? Glutathione, catalase, and superoxide dismutase. For those of you who are sciencey people and want to know, right? And it has antimicrobial and antioxidant characteristics. So lavender, when you mix it with a different carrier oil, it really can have some profound effects on your skin. And lavender in every skincare product, as I said, there's 2 that I use in everything, and lavender is one of them. Any skincare product I have, anything I want, whether it's, to get rid of any kind of marks on my skin. A lot of, as we get older, we start to have some marks that we don't like here. Maybe marks on our face, big brown spots we're not so thrilled with. And lavender, any products I use for any kind of skincare for youthful looking skin is always my lavender. And then my other big one that I use all the time and everything is my frankincense. I tend to actually use sacred frankincense a lot, but either one of those, frankincense or sacred frankincense, are perfect. It just depends upon, honestly, which one I have on hand. And I was looking around and I didn't have any frankincense, which kind of got to figure that one out. I thought I placed an order last week, but it didn't come. And I'm thinking, I saw it all sitting in my cart. And I'm thinking, maybe I didn't actually place it. A lot of times I do that. It's late at night and I'm doing things and then I never press send. I'm the queen of that. But anyways, so frankincense or sacred frankincense. Oh, I should have showed you this. So yes, we've got our lavender right here. And here I've got my sacred frankincense right here. And so sacred frankincense or frankincense, again, they can be used interchangeably, can really help with those, keeping your hands looking nice and smooth and not discolored in any way. If there's any kind of discoloration that you might see in your face, any kind of whiteness in some areas, sometimes happens as we get older, or spottiness, splotchiness. Frankincense is the #1 oil for all of that. So frankincense and lavender, the combination of those 2 go into every kind of face products that I use. I've had so much experience with clients of mine utilizing them for things post-surgery, if they've got marks for post-surgery, if they've had, and so forth and things like that. So it really is just both of those oils, frankincense and lavender, wonderful, wonderful oils. Frankincense can also tighten your skin, right? So as we get a little older, our skin gets a little loose and elastic. So kind of, that feeling when you kind of use like a toner and so forth, it kind of gives you that nice kind of tight skin feeling. Frankincense can help do that. Anywhere where the skin is kind of becoming a little saggy in the jowls, under the eyes, that kind of thing. So frankincense and lavender, pretty good. If you use nothing else, use frankincense and lavender. Then the other 3 oils that I tend to use a lot, I like the combination, the smell, the way they feel on my skin when they're all together, are Manuka oil. So has anybody ever used Manuka oil before? I love my Manuka. And then where we got her? Myrrh. Oh, myrrh. Yeah, myrrh's right up there with frankincense and lavender as a must-have. I'm stingy with my oils. Myrrh is kind of a little bit more of expensive oil, so I tend to use my lavender and frankincense and then add in my myrrh, a couple less drops to make it last longer. And then patchouli is my last one. And patchouli is a great oil also for your skin. Those are my 3. So Manuka oil is filled with antibacterial properties. It's perfect for keeping the skin clear and fighting off any kind of heebie-jeebies that might be kind of on our skin, really giving us a nice, clear, clean skin. It's great to use at nighttime for washing the face at the end of the day. It can help treat your skin, can help uh, give your skin just a nice, smooth appearance, and just can, when you kind of do some kind of, like we're going to talk about doing a scrub, so when you just scrub and you kind of get fluff off the dead skin, well, Manuka oil can help promote that healthy looking skin coming through. And that way. Myrrh, as I mentioned, love, love, love my myrrh. Really wonderful, wonderful oil. I really hope that everybody gets their hands on this oil and use it sparingly, because as I said, it's not one of the less expensive oils. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's worth every penny of it for what it can do for us ladies over 40. So definitely make sure you have it in your arsenal. And it too kind of does along what the other oils do, where it can help give us that smooth appearance, help with discolorations, help the marks, and so forth. So, and also can help tighten, just like the frankincense can do as well. So definitely get that myrrh in your arsenal. And then the last one I said was patchouli, right? Yes, patchouli. So same thing, kind of same along all the lines. That's why I was saying earlier, there are so many essential oils that you can utilize for your face. You pick and choose, experiment with what combination that you like. Geranium, I see Dawn wrote Melrose, yes. Tea tree oil, if I'm doing one more, if I want to do more for my daughter, an acne one, I'll use more of the tea tree or the Melrose in it. Or if I'm starting to break out, the same thing. So just know that a lot of oils can do the same thing. And then when you kind of combine them, you kind of get this beautiful synergistic effect. All right, so let's make some stuff. What are we going to make today? So we are going to make 3 projects. So, and I'm only going to actually make one of them, but I want to show you how easy it is to make all 3 of these at one time, utilizing pretty much the same products. So, Don, what did you say here? Sounds silly, but I have on my face before night before bed. Really interesting. That makes perfect sense, using like Ninja Red as a mask. I bet you that's a great idea. Ooh, I might try this. If you take some bentonite clay is really great for the skin, and you can make a mask out of it and stir in the Ninja Red into it and leave that on overnight. I bet you that would be really nice too. Okay, ooh, I'm going to try that. Very good suggestion. For those of you who don't know what Ninja Red is, it's a Young Living juice, actually. So it's a juice that we normally drink, but it's very, very high in antioxidants. So sure, why not? Certainly worth a try in. I bet you it does work. That's fantastic. All right, so we're going to make a foaming face wash. You can also do that as a hand wash. We're going to make I'm going to show you about a moisturizer and a sugar scrub. So I'm actually going to make the foaming face wash here on screen, but I'm going to show you how easy you can do the moisturizer and the sugar scrub along with it. So let me see. The products that you're going to use in addition to these oils we're going to use for the foaming wash, I like to use Dr. Bronner's, there it goes, Dr. Bronner's unscented Castile soap. And this is the baby unscented. I've tried other unscented Castile soaps, and I didn't like the way they smelled. I don't know. They said unscented, but they had a scent to me. I didn't like really the way they interacted with the oils. I don't know. This is the one I like. So that's what I use. If you don't know where to get this, a lot of times you can get it at your grocery store. Sometimes you can't get the unscented. I do. If you go to my website there, jillabofsky.com, there's a section called, I think I call it Midlife Mojo Must-Haves. And under the beauty section, there's a link on Amazon where you can get the Castile soap. You're also going to use coconut oil. Depends upon what kind of coconut oil. You can use already pre-liquefied that really stays at this consistency, this liquefied consistency, up to down to 33 degrees. So it won't harden unless it gets below 33 degrees. Or you can use this kind right here. Either way, I'm using the unrefined organic, which is this is harder because it's colder than 74 degrees in the house. So this kind you can utilize to make this kind very easily. Just put it in the sun or put it on a stove. Don't microwave it unless you really are desperate. Just to kind of liquefy it, because anything, once it gets warmer than 75 degrees, hardened coconut oil will melt. So I utilize them both, depends upon what I'm doing. But both of these are organic and non-GMO. All right, and then what else? So I said a sugar scrub, and I went to go grab my sugar, and I know my daughter's been baking, and all my sugar's gone. So, but I would normally use an organic sugar. But you could also use a salt. I grabbed some Epsom salts here. You can grab, other kinds of salt. The coarser the salt, the coarser the sugar, the harsher it's going to be on your skin. The finer the sugar, the finer the salt, the easier it'll be on your skin. So you can kind of play around with that as well. And then let's see, then you'll need a little bit of distilled water. And I'm just looking at my ingredients here. I think that's it. So how simple is that? Like to make all three of these products, all you're going to need are essential oils, coconut oil, salt or sugar, and Castile soap and water. I mean, was that 5 items, something like that, to make 3 projects. So really, really simple. So let me get rid of me for, oh no, hold on, let me get rid of this for a moment. I wrote out the instructions, so if anybody wants to follow along, you're welcome to, or snapshot this or whatever. But there's some of the recipes. Now the sugar scrub and the moisturizer are both in my book. The foaming wash is not in my book, but the other 2 are in my book. But I'm going to be demonstrating the foaming wash, so you'll be able to see that. So let's start with the moisturizer, because I wanted to show you what it looks like. So what I'm going to kind of take you through in a different way. So what I would do is have everything, and I don't unfortunately have a big space to show you all this, but I would have everything, if you could, I'm not showing you over the corner because then you can see the messy background, but I have everything laid out for me on a table right to the side of me right now. And what I would do is have the essential oils laid out, ready to go with the caps off. I would have the coconut oil ready to go. I would have the sugar, the water all poured out, everything all ready to go right in front of you. All right. And then I would start with the coconut oil. And so you would have your 3 different kind of jars. You would have a foaming pump for your face wash, any kind of container. You can get a glass container. This is a plastic one I got on an essential oil site for my moisturizer. And then for my sugar scrub, this is a little mason jar that I used. So get out your containers that you're going to use, and all of those you can get on Amazon. I don't know if I've got them on my website or not, but you can look them up on Amazon. The foaming soap pumps, I might. So you're going to have those ready to go, right? And then you're going to take your coconut oil, and if you're using this kind of coconut oil, you can keep it in this form, but for one of the products, but for doing the foaming wash, you're really going to need to liquefy it. So go ahead and liquefy it if you haven't, or you can use the other liquefied version. All right. And then what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm looking at my notes here. Did I move ahead here somewhere? What did I do? Oh, I did move ahead. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So you're going to start by, what you can do, if you're going to start with the scrub, the sugar scrub, you can, and I just did this because I didn't have time to make one, but I wanted to show you too. If I'd like to do my sugar scrubs like in a little small bowl, I find it hard to put everything in here and then stir it up, but you can do whatever you want. So I just, pour a bunch of sugar in here, or salt there. I said 1/3 cup. I just kind of eyeballed it, what it would fit in here, whatever you want to do. And then from there, you would add, actually, I might as well just do it right now for you guys, right? And I'm sitting here, right? Where are we all going? We don't got anywhere really to go. So I said there to put 2 or 3 tablespoons of the coconut oil in. Right now, I'm just going to eyeball it as I do it here. You want it enough so that it's wet, not too wet. You're going to stir it all up. And then what I'll do is I'll just save this for later, because I'm going to make one for my daughter, so I'll use some different oils for her later. Let me use a little bit more. So I don't know if you can see how well you can see that. All right, probably not all that well. Let me add a little bit more. So it's kind of damp. Probably wouldn't normally use Epsom salt either, but whatever. It's all good. And so it's definitely like chunkier now, right? You can kind of see like that. And you can take it off, and then when you rub on it on your skin and you put the water on, okay? So again, you want to just get it so it's wet, but not soaking wet, but definitely not dry. And then from there, you would add your essential oils to it. And then from there, add it to the jar. So that's one way, very, very simple, right? Then you can do your moisturizer. All you do for your moisturizer, all I do for this, I like to have it in this form, in the hard form, and I will either do it right in that jar. That jar is pretty easy to stir, or grab another bowl, and I'll take the moisturizer and I'll take a big chunk of this, and then I'll just add the oils to that. I'll stir it all up, and then I'll stick it in here. Now, a lot of times when I take the oils and I put it and I mix it with here, it will kind of become a little liquefied. I like mine a little bit harder to start. So, when I'm going to put it on my face, I don't like it real liquidy. So I'll stick it in the fridge or the freezer for just a little bit so it gets hard. And then it sits in my bathroom and it stays my house is always about 74, 75. So it never gets to really a liquid form. So when I go to touch it, it's kind of, to me, that perfect consistency. Just a little bit soft. But as soon as you put it on your skin, it melts right in. The other thing you can do is just use the liquefied version and put it into a roll-on, and you can roll it on your face and use it that way with the essential oils. And then you're going to add your essential oils to that. Now, what was I going to say? So for my moisturizer, I wrote 25 to 40 drops. I tend to use about 8 drops of each oil, all 5 of those. That's what I like for my moisturizer, 8 drops of all of them. In my sugar scrubs, I use anywhere from 10 to 20 drops. I wait till I like to smell good, so I want to make sure, whatever oils I'm using, I get it. That's kind of where the 10 to 20 comes in. And so I just kind of do it to where I like the smell. I like to make peppermint ones. They kind of wake me up in the morning. You can use them. You can make a whole bunch of different ones with that. Now I'm going to make the foaming wash. I got a little remnants of my other one. I got a little label for it already, that I had. Excuse me. Have you guys made sugar scrubs before? I mean, if you're a Young Living person, it's pretty standard, right? You probably made some sugar scrubs. What are your favorite ones that you make it with? And kind of, a lot of times people give them out, great gifts to give during the holidays, sugar scrubs with your essential oils. All your friends who are 40 and over will love you. Definitely will. But anyways, all right. So back here to the foaming hand wash. So for the foaming hand wash, I'm going to take this off. This one I will make with us here. Now, when I wrote this out, I wrote out my instructions where you could actually have, of course, as I'm talking, I didn't do it the way I wrote it out, but really you could have all 3 out together. You could do the coconut oil for all 3 because they all 3 use coconut oil. You could do the essential oils for all 3 because they all 3 use the essential oils, and then go back and add the Castile to one, the sugar scrub to the other, the water to the other. You could do it that way very easily to simplify it. But Dawn, you made some for Christmas spirit. Yeah, I love to do that. I love that Christmas spirit. Okay, so with the foaming soap, you're going to get a foamer. Make sure it's a foaming pump soap. That's important. All right, I like my foaming pump soap. And then you're going to put in here, got my little thing here. So here are my instructions. I say 3 tablespoons of the Castile soap. A lot of times, I'm just going to eyeball this because that's kind of how I like to do things. I probably fill this up. Some people will use a lot less than I do, but I fill it up about, I don't know, quarter of the way. I fill it up to right about, I don't know, there. I don't know if that's 3 tablespoons, if it's more than tablespoons, but that's where I fill it up to in the bottle. And then I says 1 to 2 tablespoons of the coconut oil. I'll just, again, kind of eyeball it a little bit. Don't want it to get it too coconut oily, but I like to have it so it's a little bit more, has a little bit of moisture to it. And then I would add my oils. So add my lavender just at the bottom here. All right. So now, for these, I say to add 10 drops. So depending upon what I'm making, so for this, I'm probably going to add a little bit more. I'm struggling to get these out, so I've only got about 2-3 drops of my lavender. I got to get a new one for that. But then for my myrrh, so I'm going to probably add about 2 drops of each one, depending upon, I may add a few extras. Ooh, there we go. The myrrh sometimes sticks. It's like a very thick oil, and sometimes it's hard. You got to use thing. But I'll add a couple drops of my myrrh if I can get there. It goes 1, 2. Oops, I got 3 drops of my myrrh in there. Myrrh just feels good. I don't know why. I don't know. It's got like a thickness to it. I just love the feel of myrrh. Anybody else love their myrrh? I love my myrrh. All right. And then my frankincense. I'm going to add 3 drops of those too. Since I only had was kind of short on my lavender, I'm going to add a little bit extra to the others. My Manuka next. Manuka. There we go. 1, 2. So some oils are thicker than others, and you'll notice that when you go to pour it out. And so some will come out easy and some will come out a little more difficult. So you've got to be mindful of that. Patchouli, I'm just going to use, oh, this is another one that sticks. I might not be able to use the patchouli right now on film. Nope, can't get it off. I'm going to have to go ahead and put it under the water to get that one off. So I'll do that after. But then I'll probably just add 1 or 2 drops of patchouli. And then I've got my water right here all ready to go, my distilled water. And I won't fill this up all the way. You definitely want to leave about 15-20% at the top here of just air. Works better that way. You can get your thing in without making a big mess too when you put your foamer back in. And then I stick this in here. Kind of give it a little shake up there. All right. And then here, look at that. I've got foaming soap. And it feels so good. So it feels a lot like my moisturizer on me, but I love it. Oh, and it just washes off and everything feels good. Let's grab a paper towel real quick. All right, so that's it. You know, that is how simple and easy it is to make your own facial products at home. But not only that, it's also inexpensive. I kind of priced it all out, and with using the essential oils, using about, for those 3 projects, about 75 drops or so of oils, and then using all the, getting the jars, the coconut oil, the salt, sugar, the steel, all that. In those 3 projects, it came out to, somewhere between $20 and $25 to do all 3 of those projects. That's about $8 a project. You cannot beat that. You think about how much money you spend when you go on, really fine quality, organic, non-GMO skincare products. You spend a lot of money. For $25, you get 3 of them. Less than $25, you get 3 of them. So quick. You saw how quick that was to make. You know what's going into it. They last for so long. I mean, this will last me definitely well over a month, if not long, a couple of months. This jar, definitely a couple of months. The sugar scrub, it depends. The sugar scrub may last me a little less time depending on how often I'm using it. Oh, and with that sugar scrub, I always like to give this tidbit. My friend Carmen always teaches. She's my beauty queen. And she always says that you should use the sugar scrubs and things like that only a couple of days a week. And so she says, because since you're using them to kind of get the junk off your skin, to really, to rub off the stuff off your skin, she calls it getting the trash off your skin. So to use your scrubs on trash days in your house. So whenever you take out the trash in your house, those are the days you use your scrubs on your skin. So just something that will always stick in your mind, because ever since she told me that, it's stuck in my mind. So that is it. That is how easy it is to gracefully, age naturally, easily, from anywhere, not break the bank. I hope you guys try some of these. If you do, let me know. Share with me if you've experimented with some other oils. That would be wonderful. And remember, I'm going to go put this up right now so I don't forget this. Hold on. I'll go right now and sign up for Midlife Mojo Movie Night, Gray is the New Blonde, where we're going to talk about, watch a fantastic movie. We're going to have a great discussion. And I just can't wait. Just kind of a fun Friday night. We're all home anyways, so might as well do something productive, fun, and, reaching out to other people. So that is it. So it's midlifemojonight.com. Go ahead and register. Thank you for watching this if you've watched all the way to the end. And I'm going to kind of exit here with a little video on my way out. But if every single Monday live, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here I am. If you have any topics you would like me to talk about, please go ahead and send them to me, and I would love that. All right, so let me